Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Market Moves, October 31st, 2025. We have a great show for you today. Just a little bit of information for my real estate professionals who want to get the edge on the market this week. And so let's hop right in, talk about what's happening in the market. The first thing is this is again Market Moves, October 31st, 2025. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody. If you like to celebrate, what are you getting dressed up as? I'm not really much of a Halloween person with regards to getting dressed up, but I know that some of you love to do it. So, and I love like seeing your pictures on Facebook, especially of your kids or people in your lives and how they're dressing up. So, happy Halloween. All right, agenda for today. We're going to talk about the December rate cut being threatened by the Fed. We're going to talk about inflation stats, which are out. Fannie Mae board member has a suggestion for us as real estate professionals. And we have three realtor opportunities that we are going to discuss today as well. What's the rate? I always get that question. As of yesterday, the rate ticked up a little bit. It's right now at 6.33%. Don't forget that this specific rate is for people who have the best credit and, really stable income and assets and things like that. However, these days I have been locking people in between 6.5% and 6.875%. So people are still getting rates in the sixes. Um, and then I even have one borrower that we are discussing getting her into the high fives. So if that is something you're interested in as a real estate professional, definitely let me know about that. Jerome Powell on the screen here. He did a press conference this week after the board meeting for the Fed, and he said, "Look, with the economy the way that it is right now, there is no guaranteed Fed rate cut in December." Now, he didn't exactly say it like that, but in Fed ease speak, that was basically what he said. And what happened was the market ended up ticking up a little bit because of it. Remember that the mortgage rates do not go hand in hand directly with the Fed rate. What that means to you is that the mortgage rates are based on the next 18 months roughly and what we're expecting the Fed to do over the next 18 months. So the market was expecting a rate cut in December. And because Jerome Powell this week was kind of walking it back a little bit, the mortgage rates did move up just a little bit. Now, does that mean that your borrowers should be panicked? Or if you are a borrower, you should be panicked? No, because the little uptick may be an extra $10, $20 in your mortgage if you're looking to purchase now. So it's still a great time to purchase. And in fact, one of my realtor friends, Lauren Hammond, shout out to her, she was talking about the fact that winter is one of the best times to purchase real estate because the people who are listing their properties are listing them, outside of the optimal spring, early summer season. And because of that, you may be able to get more seller credits, which can then go to either reducing your closing cost or reducing your rate. And again, I had a client who locked in the fives, 5.875, because she got a seller credit of 10,000 and we needed to use about 8,700 in order to get her locked in the fives. So she's still going to have some money going towards her closing costs. But for this here, I don't know, whatever way my finger's supposed to go. No guaranteed Fed rate cut in December. So let's see what else is going on in the economy. This week, inflation ticked up 3% year over year. Yes, the reports were a little bit late in coming, but This is what was happening with regards to inflation. So, again, Jerome Powell and the Fed looking at all of these pieces of information and figuring out what they're going to do with rate cuts. 3% inflation. Inflation is supposed to be 2%. So 3% is a little bit more than what we're expecting. I can say this, if you are an employee or a wage worker and you want to just keep up with inflation, your next pay raise should be at least 3%. So that's how I always think about it with regards to that. Next, there's a gentleman named Barry Habib. Barry Habib is one of the board of directors of Fannie Mae. And he was on a recent podcast. He's always talking about what's happening in the market and things like that. He was on a recent podcast and he was telling us as real estate professionals, don't retreat, but prepare, because we are still expecting to see rates going down maybe below 6 by the end of 2026. There's going to be a lot of activity next year in 2026 with regards to people buying, people selling, people moving up. I read an article recently that said that the people who sold their homes this past year, the average person was in their home 8.23 years, which means that people were staying in their homes much longer. So, I will say if people are buyers, then you probably want them to think about like, hey, maybe I want to get ahead of things with regards to purchasing sooner. Because let's be real, if you're looking at a property and there are two, three, five, seven other people putting offers on that property, then you are going to have increased prices and things like that. So, but as real estate professionals, we do, we're looking right now at like, hey, we've weathered the storm over the past few years. Let's not retreat right now. Let's be in conversation with the people in our networks. So we want to prepare for that. Opportunity for my realtors that are out there. The first thing, the luxury market is becoming more affordable. Why is this happening? It is happening because those houses, and we've seen it in the Metro DC area as well, those houses that are above $1 million have had price reductions over the past few months. And because of that, high end buyers are seeing real value for the first time in years. Inventory is still tight, but there are some really interesting and great finds in the Metro DC area. Prices are softening. And again, if that property can appraise for that original amount, let's say that you're looking at a house for 1.2 million, right? And they have reduced the price to 1 million. Uh, let's say they've reduced the price $25,000. Let's just say that. So I don't mess up my numbers here. You can take that $25,000 and say, you know what? Instead of us taking the price cut, we're going to offer you the original amount. And then we're going to take that $25,000 and put it towards a rate buy down, a permanent rate buy down. We want to get our rates well into the fives. And there are people that are doing that all the time. So right now we're talking value and not price with regards to the luxury market. Next thing that's happened, ChatGPT and Zillow have hooked up officially. So within Zillow, ChatGPT now has a search engine in there. Buyers are able to ask questions with regards to different things with regards to the market or within the house itself. And I was reading an article from my real estate professionals, really interesting idea of, hey, why don't you start teaching classes or start teaching your buyers how to leverage the ChatGPT function within Zillow? It's a great conversation starter. And I think it's a really great idea for people to kind of think about how they can actually help people leverage these tools and then eventually come to you as a real estate professional or me as a real estate professional in order to purchase the homes that they are interested in. More and more people are going to leverage AI well before they reach out to a human with regard to the home buying process. So we have an opportunity to help navigate people with regards to that. So builder deals. If you or one of your buyers are looking for deals, then the builders are offering price cuts. About 38% of builders are cutting prices, um, and 65% are offering incentives. Those incentives, again, that money can go towards buying down the rate permanently or reducing the person's closing costs. So, if they choose to buy down the rate permanently, it could save them hundreds of dollars per month, save those buyers hundreds of dollars per month. So, again, just kind of thinking about that as you are navigating. And again, for all my real estate professionals, Christmas money is with the investors. I keep saying that. I happen to work with a lot of investors. Investors need to, most of them, if they want to get 2025 tax reductions or tax reductions on their 2025 taxes, they need to buy a property that is in service by the end of the year. So, investors have been really looking around for something that they can purchase, and people need to basically get under contract by the end of November if they want to have that as an opportunity. So I'm available this weekend, 571-583-4600. You can call or text me. Let me know what you need. If you need a loan estimate, you need pricing, you want to talk about a property itself, a buyer, I am here to assist and serve. So that's it for me. Thanks so much for participating in Market Moves, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.